Hey guys, welcome back to the All Gen Gamers podcast. I am Metal Jesus of Metal Jesus Rocks, and this is episode 104. We are recording this on July 24th, and I'm joined with my other hosts. Start with John, Gamester81. How you doing, John?
Good. Jason, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing excellent. Of course, we have the mighty Pete Dorr. How's it going, Pete?
Going good.
Cool. And of course, Jason Heine of the EMU Review. Jason, how's it going? How's it hanging?
It is good. I'm just over here playing with my Pokemans.
Your Pokemans. And we are joined with a very special guest today. I'm going to totally screw up his first name, and I apologize. His Shord, is that right?
Yeah, you're somewhat close.
I know. I'm so sorry. You are joining us today from the Netherlands, and it's a very early day for you. It is about 4 a.m. in the morning. You are such a trooper to join us.
I'm very glad to be here, so it's a small sacrifice.
Very cool. Well, I'm, of course, familiar with your site, but why don't you tell us some of the things that you do? Tell us about your YouTube channel. Tell us a little bit about your forum, your website as well.
Well, I started collecting video games about 6-7 years ago, I think, and one of the biggest helps in my journey as a collector was Nintendo Age, or sites similar to Nintendo Age, where collectors gather and talk about their hobby, and you learn so much about what games are rare, what games are valuable, what games are really worth playing, even though they're not rare or valuable. And when I progressed in my collection, I started to get interested in PlayStation. And PlayStation, compared to Atari or the NES or the Super NES, is really new. It's a really young console to collect for, and I found that there wasn't a community of collectors helping each other out with PlayStation stuff. So with that idea, I started PlayStationCollecting.com in the spirit of other great collectors fora, and I believe a couple of days ago, that's actually our 3-year anniversary. And we've been running for about 3 years now. Started small, of course, and got bigger over the years. And the big thing is that a couple of months ago we merged with Nintendo Age. So PlayStation Collecting is now a part of the Nintendo Age family. With your Nintendo Age or your Sega Age account, you can also browse and communicate on PlayStationCollecting.com. And I'm really happy with that, to see the community grow, to see PlayStation collecting as a hobby evolve and mature.
Yeah, I noticed when that happened, that was really cool, because it was so easy to just basically go back and forth between the three sites. And it's now part of my daily routine is to go there and just check Sega Age, Nintendo Age, and your site as well. But you also have a YouTube channel, and you post some amazing pickups videos and other stuff. Why don't you tell me about that?
Well, as a part of the promotion for PlayStationCollecting.com, I started Facebook, I started Twitter, I started a YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel started out just to show collections from members on the community, and to post things like old PlayStation commercials. We have over 100 PlayStation 1 commercials on the channel, which are really cool to watch. But as that progressed, I got more like, why don't I show more of my collection to make people enthusiastic about PlayStation collecting? So it started off with some collection videos. And a collection video, I always have a problem with making a collection video, because at whatever moment you make your video, it's always, I should wait a week because I have this coming in, or I have that item coming in. And to fix that, I started making weekly videos of what I get in, and those are usually about they run about 10 minutes, and shows all kinds of consoles I get in, because I don't just collect the PlayStation, I collect pretty much everything. And that's what I do every week, and I get good response on that.
Yeah, you show some of the most amazing games complete in the box. I mean, I really look forward to your videos, because it's staggering. I guess as a fan of your channel, the first question I have to ask is, where do you find some of that stuff?
Well, I'm actually very blessed to be Dutch and to be in the Netherlands, because over here we have something that is, as I believe, quite unique in the entire world. Because here in the Netherlands, eBay isn't the mainstay of second-hand sale. It's a site called Marktplatz, which pretty much translates to marketplace. And it's like always been there for the Dutch internet. So we never really got to eBay. It is actually owned by eBay now, but it's really low. Has a low threshold. It basically only requires your email address to put up an auction, and it's not an auction. It's just like an ad in the paper. There's no you have no how do you say that? They don't need to sell, and that low threshold makes it really easy for people to just clean up their attic, put a picture on that site, and say, hey, I have this old video game stuff. Most don't even know what they have. If you're interested, call me or send me an email or just bid on the site. But I could bid up to $1 million, and I have no obligation at all to pay it. So it's really low threshold, which has its benefits, because I've bought the craziest stuff on that site for only a couple of euros or a couple of dollars, just because people don't know what they have. And if you're there fast, you call the guy, you say, hey, I'm coming over to pick it up. I'll give you like 50 euros for a set that's worth an incredible amount. And if they agree, and you can go pick it up before anyone else has seen it. And that's really different compared to eBay, where on the internet sites like GameSniped or forums like PlayStation Collecting, they put out the word that there's this rare thing on eBay, and the chance of you grabbing it for an incredibly low price is just absent.
Mm-hmm. It sounds almost like a Craigslist, almost to an extent.
Yeah, I think it's a Craigslist, but I have no experience with Craigslist because we don't have that over here. But Craigslist has quite a bad name, I think.
Well, just other than the sex scandals.
It's just in the personals, you know. I mean, I don't know.
Stay away from the personal sections. But, you know, the way Craigslist, it's just a posting. It's like something you put in the newspaper, you know, and you can post a picture and you say this, I'm looking for this. And a lot of people, what they do, they barter on you can trade on Craigslist as well, which is kind of cool. You can do trades. But it's kind of, you mentioned that people can put whatever offer and they're not obligated to pay for it. So what protects the seller from someone just, you know, doing a ridiculous amount of money and then everyone losing out on it and then not getting the money?
Yeah, if that happens, because that does happen, the seller has an option to remove bids. So if there's an incredible, crazy bid, they can just remove it. But the thing they do is just post it again. It's free.
No, that's cool. So they don't make money then? The website doesn't make money, or just
the website doesn't make money from its sellers. It only makes money from advertisements, and you can of course upgrade your auction with sticky or etc. like just like eBay, because it is an eBay site now. You have plenty of options to pay for your auction, so it gets more attention.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, can I send you some money and can you buy me games?
Well, that site and you see a specific thing that you want, I can always be a middleman. But the problem is, here in the Netherlands, we have quite an active collectors community nowadays, and the chances of finding smaller and smaller. For instance, a couple of years back, I would get at least 10 or 20 really good NES deals, like a console with at least 20 mint boxed games for about $50. That was just average. I'd get that multiple times a year, and it's too crowded now. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, and Mel Jesus, unfortunately, there's a region lock too in a lot of these games too. They won't be able to play on your systems.
Yep, everything is PAL. Although we do have a lot of NTSC over here, especially for SNES and PlayStation 1. You see a lot of NTSC games over here.
Huh. Now, I think Gamester, you're probably going to ask him. The next question was, what are some of the more amazing finds that you found?
Exactly. Thank you for.
Well, things that you can relate to because they're NTSC related. I once bought a complete in-box copy of Little Samson, the NTSC version.
Oh, don't even tell us.
You want to hear the price?
Yes.
It was a local pickup for 10 euros. So that's about $13.
Wow.
Considering supposedly the cart on that game is now going for like $400, just the cart.
Yeah. With Little Samson, though, I strongly feel that it's a hyped up game because it's not that rare at all.
What do you think is causing people to spend that amount? Like, is it a pretty good game, I'd imagine? Why would somebody want to spend $400 on it?
Well, it is a good game. I'm not sure if you haven't played it. It's like Mega Man, but with some twists. It's a really good game.
$400. That's a steal. The 10 euros is a steal. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've sold it because I don't collect the NTSC NES. I have the complete PAL version as well, which is, of course, expensive as well. But the thing is, the game isn't that rare. I see it pop up quite often. It's just that it has a hype. Everyone thinks it's a great game. Everyone thinks it's incredibly rare, so they pull out their wallets when they see it. But
If you don't mind me asking, how much profit did you make on it?
I think it was a couple of years back. I think I sold it for about $300.
Oh. If you sold it now, I wonder. Yeah, I don't. Oh, was it complete or just the box?
Yeah, it was complete.
I wonder how much that would bring now.
Yeah.
I would think maybe 12 to 1500.
Make sure to follow us, the All Gen Gamers podcast, on Facebook and Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube and in iTunes. And don't forget about those iTunes ratings, guys. We appreciate those. And for all other info, links, and our forum, please visit www.allgengamers.com.